you do it when you want to. When you get to that point, you do it when you have to, you need to. You can't go any longer. And you'll do whatever you have to do it. And you go anywhere you have to go. And that's what you get. Prescription meds, my son started off with OxyContin, was his main drug of choice. Now how can prescription meds be that bad for you? After all, you buy them at Walgreens, right? You get a prescription from a doctor, and they come in a little yellow bottle, just like all the other medicine. And you think it can't be bad because the doctor gave it to you, and you bought it at the store. You didn't go to some dealer that's sitting in a dirty house that's got a gun in his belt. Well, OxyContin is a prescription pain pill that has the very same chemical signature as heroin. Has the very same effect on your body as heroin. And what you start out with, you have to keep getting more and more. Oxy sells for about $1 a milligram on the street. And by the time you want to get high, you're using 80 to 120 milligrams. And it's really easy if you got the money, because you're just popping the pill in your mouth and you swallow it just like any other pill. And then after that, you realize, man, I want to get high 3 or 4 times a day. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Anybody in here can support a $300–400 habit each day on what you make now? I can't. So then what happens is you learn how that if you smoke it, it only takes about half as many milligrams to get the same high. So what you do, you take that pill that you used to swallow and you put it on a piece of aluminum foil. Remember? And you put a flame underneath it, and you take a broken down pin or a straw or something, and you suck the fumes, suck the smoke right off the aluminum foil of that oxy tablet. But still, yet you're still, if you're using 40 milligrams then to do that, that's $40 times 3 or 4 times a day. Still pretty expensive. And somebody tells you, you know, man, hey, just shoot that stuff up. You can get the same effect with 10 milligrams. If you put it in a needle, and you jam that needle in your arm, or your foot between your toes, or you know, any other vein that you run into in your leg, you can get that high. And I asked my son, I said, who taught you to do that? He told me, he says, the first person that taught me how to shoot up was my dealer. Because the dealer knows once they get you on heroin, they get you hooked on this stuff, they own you. You will do anything to support your habit. You will lie. You will steal. You will prostitute yourself. You will do anything to get the money to get those drugs. So now you're shooting $10 a high. And by the time you reach this point, I mean, you're probably not working because you've done got fired for being an addict, do drug tests, or you're just not responsible enough. So you're stealing and all that kind of stuff. So anything you do better. And the dealer finally says, hey, you want to try this black tar? This does $5. And they know once they got you to that point, they own you. They really do. When I tell you that someone can own you, they can own you. And they own you. I mean, think about it, $5 for black tar heroin. Shoot, that's cheaper than weed. But look where you're at now. And you're addicted. Hallucinogenics, I think of these as the hippie drugs. You know, mushrooms, LSD. Still out there. My son did all of this stuff that I'm talking about, except for one thing. He says, and I gotta believe him, because, I mean, he's been straight with me on all of this stuff. I mean, what's he got to lose? I mean, like I said, today he's clean. He's a father. I don't mean he's a baby daddy. He's a real father. He's got a baby and a girlfriend, and they're good parents. He's working now. But he told me, he said, Dad, he said, I did everything. Shrooms and all. And he said, but I never did meth. He said, I was always scared of meth. But that shows you, this stuff's still out there. Inhalants, anybody know what huffing is? You know what huffing is? Yeah. Taking like keyword cleaner from computers or paint or whatever, and lots of things that you can huff, and you breathe it in and displaces the oxygen, and you get high. And you can die from it. You can die from it doing it one time. There's people out there that are laying in their grave from huffing. You think that's innocent. But I'll tell you what, every time you do it, every time you're huffing, it kills brain cells. And trust me, you've got a lot of them right now. But when you get to be old like me, you want more. You don't want to be killing them when you're young. And if you doubt that, think about your mom and dad, right? Aren't they just about the dumbest people you've ever known? All right, see? That's true. So don't kill them when you're young, okay? Ecstasy, club drugs. These things, they'll tell you, they're not dangerous. But they are. I want to talk to the ladies in here real quick. Specifically, listen. Now, I told you I'm a realist. Anybody got plans to go to college? Right? Maybe KU? K-State? Maybe you're already on drugs and even considering Missouri, right? Okay. When you go to college, you're going to be exposed to a lot of new experiences. You're going to be having opportunities. I mean, you're going to be on your own, really. And there's places that you're going to be able to go that you probably shouldn't go. In fact, I've come to find out they got these things. They look like driver's license, and they have your picture on and everything. But the birth date is different than what your birth date is. I guess they call them fake IDs or something. But you know, you get them. And like I said, I'm a realist. And you go to these clubs. I hope you don't, but I know how it is. I had 2 daughters in college, and my son was in college too. And you're going to drink. Maybe you're 21, maybe you're not. I'm just being honest. Ladies, when you get that drink, you can't put it down. Do you know that? You can't set it on the bar and go to the bathroom, go pee, and come back. You can't do it because if somebody puts something in that, this right here, it's not an urban legend. They put that in your drink, you drink it, you will be raped. There is no saying no, there is no, I'm not saying you might be, or you may be raped. That's the whole point of it. They put that in your drink and you will be raped. Some guy comes up to you, man, he's hot. You've been eyeing him across the bar all evening, you know. He says, here, have a drink. You ain't taking that from him. The only people you get your drinks from is the bartender. Because this happens. And every once in a while you hear about it on the news. Somebody will report it and they'll talk about it. Those are the people that talk about it. It happens a lot. People will put things in your drinks. So, pay attention. You know, it's important. I had 2 daughters, I know. I told them the same thing. Now, earlier I talked about Addiction is a